believe it is enabled.
I have to fight my enabling propensity.
I know. Stop enabling others.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we are enabled. Yes.
We've been enabled.
Amber, you want to start us out there?
Hello?
And that is how we start these live streams, is completely unplanned. Yeah, sing it out there.
Is anybody?
Sorry. Go ahead.
What song was that?
That's Lionel Richie. Hello.
Oh, Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Father to Nicole.
Okay. So yeah, what are we talking about today?
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. Well, you know, and I'll go ahead. I mean, let's start with what I'm thankful for. We got this place back together. You guys don't realize that behind us, what it looked like a total tornado had been through here until yesterday. What, about 5-ish?
Yeah, I took pictures because I was so floored at how much of a disaster we had made it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't share those pictures.
I won't share them publicly.
Hi, Mom. Jeff Kuiper's in the house. Go ahead. Yeah, you can say hi in the chat there.
Can you fix it so we can see the chat?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We
The
love
chat is not
Showing.
chatting.
There we go.
Can we-
Here.
Yes. Can y'all read it? Is
We-
it bigger?
Yes, it's fine. It's good.
Let's check this out though.
I can see that.
Oh,
Big lettering.
that's too big lettering?
No.
Okay, so there we go.
Like keep
I have no
scrolling.
idea. Until somebody chats, we won't know. Somebody chat, we'll find out.
Goodness.
Jeff, ask us a good question.
Yeah, I had to shout out to Jeff. Jeff's been helping with the safety system on the machine trainer.
Ew. Oh, I mean,
There's nothing like a double up on safety that is.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, Jeff designed some serious new challenges in it. Man, we're looking blurry. I wonder if we are. Are we actually blurry?
I don't think so. I think it's because we've
I think it's because we do.
zoomed.
So yeah, we'll check over there. Ooh,
oh,
look at there.
now we look
Can you
good.
read
Yeah,
that?
I can read that.
All right. Yeah, this is a vision test. If everybody didn't know it, we're trying to see how good we can see because yeah, we're kind of all, but yeah, we have comfort here. Usually we're all like crammed right together and everything, which we do
Touch
love
me.
each other. But yeah, we're like, if we spend it,
It's
See?
not for us.
It's not for us.
Don't
We're
worry.
good. We're not in hiding.
what was our biggest failure of the year? Man, Jeff, coming out with a hard hitting question right off the bat. What is our biggest failure this year? I have my idea.
I do too.
You do, what's yours?
Well, I'm so glad you asked.
Does it start with an R?
I don't know. It could. It depends on what part of the sentence you start in.
Okay, what do you do for it?
No, I want
No,
yours.
no, 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 I know.
Okay.
I want yours. Just everybody remember, I think it starts with an R.
I've
So much. I'm like,
yeah. I've learned that we need to build prototypes. Build one first. Build one prototype first before you build 15. Yeah. And then
Well, no, no. What we learned there is Tim needs to make sure he grabs his notes before he gives you an order to do.
that was
Instead of after they're all 15 built, being like, hey, I forgot about this piece of paper.
the good news is I love to build things, so it was 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other to me, because I just got to build more, so that was
Right.
great.
And maybe I'm rolling back to 2021. I was thinking Raspberry Pi.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Was it a long time ago?
We don't ever have to talk about
Hey,
that.
we don't ever. That's why we use the R word because I thought,
Ooh.
Mary Bruce may fall on the floor.
No, I don't want to.
But no. I mean, Jeff. Yeah. You never want to say, "Oh, we haven't had any real failures," because yeah, we fail all the time, or we try different things all the time. But I don't think we've had any really project failures this year.
Mm-mm.
The challenges. Let's see.
I was going to say, we always try and fail at things like I'm trying curtain bangs right now and failing.
I
miserably.
love them. I'm very excited about them.
They make me go.
Like anytime you try bangs, there's days when it's on, days when it's off, but really bangs are an event. Tim, when you make a video on Profibus, when?
Oh, well, maybe. What would you want to learn about Profibus? I guess that's the first question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Profibus is a big topic, so we
So-
definitely got to narrow it down some.
That's such a fun name to
I
say.
know, because it's just a standard for communication, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's mostly used with Siemens, but there are other brands that use it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and we're dabbling with some ideas on some third-party integration. So yeah, that might be possible.
Yeah. Speaking, can you zoom in just a little bit again? That was a bit of a stretch.
Mhm.
So whatever that font is, that's as far as my eyes will go.
Okay, let's see what we can do
It's
here.
perfect.
Ooh,
Yep.
how's that?
The goat. I see that. Trinidad, we agree. Does everybody know what the goat means? We'll just go ahead and say it. The
Greatest of all time.
Or of all time.
Greatest of all time. That's true.
After Phoenix contact, do you have any plan to visit any other vendors? I do not, as of now, have any plans, but that happened really fast, and I think that was a really unique opportunity. Is Amber gonna like explode here in a second? You can see her. She can see her getting tense.
There went a lot. You two did you and Maria did quite a bit of planning for that for over a year, and yes, it did happen fast, but you guys had a good plan. So
Yeah.
But
something
main-
like that will need a plan again. So
the main thing there is, I think they were the only one that's really came and said, "Hey, we'd like to just help your audience understand automation products." There was no sales pitches, there was no anything like that. And I mean, and I still give them mad props. I don't think there's a lot of companies that would do that.
No, but that's actually our love language. So like
and their president or whoever
That-
Jack is
yeah, there,
fun. I'd love to hang out with
there
him.
is. I mean, it's just a stellar group of people.
Mhm.
I'm not getting any other big companies. I'm just saying, yeah, overall they are. Let's see what else we got up there.
But that was a great opportunity.
Hmm.
So and very fun and
great invitation.
This may be off topic. I've been meaning to ask. So, do you need a C10 license to be an integrator or make UL5? All right, C10. You're going to have to help me on what a C10 license is. C10's not jumping at me. To build UL508 panels, you need to be UL508A certified. Ooh, we blipped for a second.
we did flip.
That's okay. But yeah, so and really I've done some videos on it. It's not difficult. I tell everybody if you're interested in building UL508A panels, then really just pick up the phone and call UL. They're very easy to talk to. They're really good about walking you through the steps. I mean, you don't have to be a big company. A lot of people are like, well, we're too small for UL. The time we became UL, we were 2 people. Now we're 3 people, so, and we have a great inspector. He's always really helpful. C10. Oh, electrical. I've never heard it called a C10. What state is that in? Because you do not need an electrical contractor's license to build a UL 508A panel. Now installation is a different story. But as far as building panels and shipping them out the door, which is really where UL 508A ends, that is it. Okay, maybe it is called C10 in Virginia, but yeah, I don't know, Jeff, what's it called out your way? Is it called C10 or, I mean, really, I think ours is just an electrical contractor.
Yeah.
It's can't even know it's not DARPA. That's the defense industry. Oh, DPOR. I know that's the name. I forget how you say it. But yeah, that's oh,
I'm just really interested in Hendrickson Family Farm.
Henderson Family
Yeah,
Farms.
you guys
Hello.
grow.
Yes.
Like, can
Oh,
you tell us more?
What
Yeah.
are you guys doing?
Do you sell milk products in an alley?
All right, Jeff's, yeah, it's just a contractor's license. So yeah, I don't know. C10 must just be something specific to California there, and probably how they divide it, or I don't know something.
To California.
And we probably have something here like that. I probably never read my license. I was so happy to pass the test. I was done, and I swear I will never let that thing lapse because it was difficult.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
I love it. What I do automation for work. I just really enjoy watching you guys. So I seen you alive. Oh, live. Oh, we are live.
Yes, that's how this chat is working.
So I'm done. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, feel free. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions, Ted. Really, this one we're just talking about what has worked this year. What are we looking forward to next year?
I think what has worked this year, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in, is, are you ready for this? The first thing that worked was hiring Mary Bruce.
That was 2 years ago.
Thank you. I'm still here though, which is great news for all of
Yeah.
us.
You're right.
In December of 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you had 2021,
Yeah.
and then you had 2022.
Oh my gosh, that's right. So I think what's worked most
There you go. That's been the big impact on our company.
Mary Bruce, even after rotator cuff surgery with me, and then now she's not an employee, she's family.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so
And
much.
she was my best friend first, but whatever.
That's a very heartfelt comment. Thank you so much.
And
I've got to trump that. I met her first.
It's true.
that's true. And you came to me and you said, I met your best friend. So you did good. You did good. Also, I think what worked, in my opinion, is our collaborations.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have collabed with quite a lot of amazing people, and we have met new people, and we've been able to exercise our brains
And get
and
out again.
and get out again. And
Yeah,
so
meet people that we know online and everything. And yeah, really, it's just there's been a lot of good family reunions this year.
there has been, yes.
I think what is working well and is evolving well is this new area we have over here.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of cool having that.
Having an office.
Yeah, having an office. Well, over here, because yeah, it was just this training center, and so now we have the area over there.
I mean, we went from a shed to a bigger shed. Well, actually, we went from our kitchen table to a shed to a bigger shed to a bigger building.
To a compound. We'll call it a
A
compound.
compound. We will call it a compound. To here, and then adding offices.
Yeah. And adding PLC tools.
Yes.
Assembling products here now.
That's super fun.
Which
Yeah.
is a blast.
I
That's
like
pretty cool.
monotonous tasks because I can sit there and listen to podcasts that I've put on the back burner.
Speaking of which, we'd love to know what podcasts you all like to listen to. 'Cause
Yes, we
we
need some.
we like to listen to them.
Yep, we sure do.
I've listened to all of them on the internet, every single one of them. So I need some ones that I haven't found yet.
You listen to them on the internet.
I listen to them on the.
How else would you listen to them? You got to hear this now. We go to the interwebs and we find these podcasts.
Yeah, a long time ago, I used to listen to them on the actual radio.
Mhm.
And so this is an improvement. Yeah,
That's ancient.
I know. I'm
I
glad.
have radio in my car.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So to segue into also what I believe has worked well is your classes. And as Hendrickson Family Farm has said, I'm trying to talk to my boss into sending some guys down to your class.
Yeah, well, reach out and yeah, we'll talk about it, make sure they're a fit, and see if we can get them on board. But yeah, classes have been good, and it's been deep, dark web podcast.
Like thriller, killer, mystery.
Content only. She rated.
But yes, your classes have worked tremendously. Another reason why the offices have been so grand having here, because you can hear Tim teaching, and it's fun to hear him interact with a lot of the folks that come here for training. And a lot of people ask, well, is there, can I go to your website? Is there something I can read? I'm going to tell you the best thing to do. Yes, go to our website, but you need to have a one-on-one conversation with Tim on the phone because he wants to know your desires and what you want to get out of it and your future plans. And so it's a personable experience.
Yeah, well, and because if there's something particular that someone's struggling with, I'm going to make sure I set something up. But also, our class isn't for everyone. And I think people, they kind of get upset with me on that, but it's not that I'm trying to exclude someone, but people are all the time, they're like, hey, I need to learn how to program PLCs. It's like, and that's not what I do. I help you figure out why your machine that is controlled by a PLC doesn't work. Now, coming here, you'll learn the pitfalls of bad programming. You will learn how to program, but not to the level that probably a lot of people are looking for. What's that would say?
I need the best maintenance guys in the world. LOL. It seems like all the new ones can't even read a voltmeter.
Well, and there's where I get excited because I have taken people who on Monday cannot read a voltmeter, and I can make them a good troubleshooter by the Friday.
True.
But they've got to want it, and that's why I want to talk to people. A lot of people are like, hey, I've got 3 people I want to send. I'm like, okay, what's their number? Oh, well, I'm the one that's responsible for paying it. I'm like, it's not about that.
Right.
And They've got to want it. If they want it, I can take someone from not reading a voltmeter to troubleshoot a PLC controlled machine in a week. Now, I've only had one. I've had one come here that I really came close to throwing out on Wednesday. And I think he thought it was here for a vacation. And you do that to me. You're never going to send anybody again.
William Monday says, hello from Indiana.
Hello, William.
Nice to see you here.
Yeah.
Something else that I've enjoyed working with is all these empty tables we have in here and a ton of other space, so we can kind of dance around, which is pretty nice.
We're not all up in each other's goodies now.
That's true.
We have our own space.
Well, and you're right. We have a space now that, if you ever saw any of the videos in our shop, it's kind of like there's tables down the middle that we work on. And so if it's time to do something else, you got to clean everything up. And not that you shouldn't clean up, but sometimes it's like, oh no, we need to come back to this later. Well, you got to pack it all up, put it back on the shelf and all that. So
Sometimes you're just done.
yeah, you are just done for the day. That does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think also what has been successful this year is finding our what do we call it? What do we call this on the back of our shirts? It is our helping you become a better
Our
technician.
intention.
Yeah, or a statement. It's not a mission statement. It's a.
What did they call
Oh,
it?
you could, if you hadn't asked that, I would know. But yeah, I mean, really, why are we here? Because I think that gets gray sometimes. People are, kind of going back to teaching people to program versus teaching people to troubleshoot machines. And that's it. We help you become a better technician. And that's where we finally like, that's what we do. So yeah, we put it in the back. Slogan, yeah. And sometimes we do need,
I like motto.
well, we've only had 5 days this year to evaluate. So, Jeff, you have had the toughest year, I will admit. Yeah, I did want to say it earlier, but yeah, I mean, really, and I will say it. I mean, probably even for me, that's probably been the toughest thing. It's like, damn, I mean,
It's been the toughest thing.
you are a great friend and a great friend in the community, and to see how quickly we can, we need to appreciate every day. We need to cherish every day.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
We have been fortunate to be able to talk to you a whole lot, though, during this time period.
Yeah, you've been,
So-
yeah, your brain's still 100% there. I'll tell you that, because yeah, you definitely bailed me out several times here. Helped me with IO Link, helped me with safety, helped me with good grief. I mean, really, it is. Even before, it was like, oh, let me just call Jeff. He'll know this.
Yeah.
You should have seen us going through the machine trainer. Well, Mary Bruce went through most of it. We had to test all the switches, but I mean, I was still struggling with the safety. I have a lot to learn about troubleshooting safety. That's when the whole revisions we just made to this classroom they're going to be fun.
They are. Yeah.
I think we did build out the second class. I do think we have it now. I think we've got that pretty well done as far as materials. No,
Yeah.
the actual content, the actual exercises, yeah, that's probably what we're going to spend the next 3 or 4 months doing.
And I will tell you, walking in yesterday with our teenagers, Mary's brain was oozing out of her ears and she was overstimulated. And then we came in here so Michael could do some measurements to make some parts, because this is a family business, to make some parts on the machine trainer. And we had numbers flying around and we had giggles from our daughter and Mary just stone cold, like I cannot. Like I'm overstimulated as it, and there was like so many different conversations, and bless it, she had to go. She was like, I gotta go.
It was a blast. It's always a blast. I love it.
Trusted brand of HMI. They're all capable. And that's what I say about all of them. You get what you pay for. If you buy a $300 HMI, it's not going to have the same capabilities as a $3,000 HMI. There's nothing wrong with a Siemens HMI. There's nothing wrong with an AB HMI. Now, here at this lab, we probably have more AB stuff, but that's just because that's what people have wanted training on.
And ask for it.
Yes. Now we do have some Siemens integration going into this class, so that will be here. You'll probably see some videos coming on it. And we do have some SCADA and HMI sections coming. I don't know that we're going to do videos on that part. You never know what crazy whim I'll get on. But
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a secret. It's a
Mm.
secret. Jeff, I'm excited that you think I'm going to be a safety geek soon because I would love to. It seems really, really complex and also really fun to learn about.
She's a safety
I
girl.
love the duplicity of it. So that's pretty amazing.
It's duplicity.
What, all right, there will know another big word.
I know.
What does that even
That
mean?
Mary has brought to us is a vocabulary.
If I could spell half the stuff that I could say, I would be a Scrabble champion.
I mean, it's always like use smaller words. What does that mean?
Doubleness.
Do what?
The doubleness.
The doubleness.
You got doubled. Everything in safety's doubled. It's just doubled.
Redundancy?
Yeah.
Duplication?
Those are all big words that
Duplication,
you're using.
duplicity.
Yeah.
But you said
It's a different
Double,
multiplicity.
doubled up?
Duplicity, that's
Everything's
right.
doubled up?
Yeah.
See, I'm the media person or the we're
Pop
the
culture
queen.
pop culture queen.
Culture queen.
Should I make myself a shirt?
Probably.
That's another thing we're doing. I know we have new merch, but we're gonna have more new merch coming up.
And you didn't seem like the merch. Which
Stickers.
I know. Now
They are
we
found
all look at
afterwards.
there. We all have
Our
we all have stickers.
Help me.
I don't know what I'm doing because it's delayed. There we go. But yes, we have, and this also was a Mary Bruce design. Mary Bruce design. We love Mary Bruce designs.
I like drawing pictures.
And then I put it on a piece of cloth.
Thank you.
I still want you to design my squirrel with the razor blade for the machine.
I've got it. It's ready.
Yeah. If you ever come to our training, and that one might be one I would give to a student once they nail it down, but the machine trainer is the ultimate.
Turning squirrels into surgeons.
Yes, I mean, and really, you start off making all the assumptions. I mean, it is funny because every class, it has got to the point I can almost tell what they're going to do before they do it. Even Mary Bruce wrote it to me yesterday, and she's like, "Oh crap!" I'm like, every class does this, but they end up darting over here, and then they're darting over here, and they're just searching all over the place. And you watch them slowly get down to where, and at the end, they really can be like, "Ah, here's my symptom." And they'll work their way back and get right to it. Yes, I want a squirrel with a razor blade
It's gonna be great.
or a scalpel or something. Scalpel, probably like a surgical scalpel. That would be
Yeah.
cool. But yes, let's see. Are people still working with the Panel View Plus or moving to the Panel View 5000? Jeff, and you can chime in on this one. I would say the 5000 is not as popular. What was that? Totally buy a t-shirt for squirrel with a razor. Aaron, you will have to come to our training to get it. This one will just be for people who make it through the machine training.
Air.
I would help with that class.
There you go, Aaron.
Too, they can have like a party class, but everybody cries.
Yeah, we don't really have parties at training week.
Very somber.
We definitely don't have pizza parties, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We are not a leisurely vacation week class where you're just going to get some kind of credit at work. You have to work your butt off when you get here.
Bring your sweatbands.
Exactly.
So the Panel View Plus to the Panel View 5000.
Okay, Jeff. All right, now Jeff is going to contradict me because I was kind of saying that I see still a lot more Panel View Pluses being installed, but Jeff's saying the last 2 years he's been using mostly Panel View 5000. You know what? I do smaller jobs probably than Jeff does, but honestly, most of ours, the Panel View 800 works well. So, I mean, again, it goes back to they all have a fit. The Panel View 800, very limited capability, very small tag amounts, very, small memory amounts. And then the 5000 is very nice to integrate with Studio 5000, obviously. And then the Panel View Plus with batteries on. So, yeah, they all have a good fit.
All helpful.
Yes. Now, Jeff, what is your view after a decade of arguing with me about the Panel View Plus, the software? How do you feel about it compared to the Panel View 5000?
There's probably a big size difference. I'm having a hard time remembering.
No, you can get them all the same size. Let's see, I've used a bunch of Panel View 800 with the safety controllers. I mean, that's it. It's a nice little HMI. Although I don't know how I ever missed it. It has data logging in it. Yeah, because the machine drainer, which you can kind of see it glowing back here, the sun's shining on it right now. It now has HMI on it, so I'm gonna be playing with it some more and probably stretching its legs a little bit. Coaster BP, good to see you there. Seymour's, yes, Seymour is a very good one. Panel V5000, missing some basic functions that I use on every project. Well, there you go. That can be a big issue. You know what it is? A lot of it is the one you get used to. It's taking me some time to get used to the Panel View 800, and I had to figure out how to do certain things that used to I felt were easier to do in other ones. But again, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it kind of rolls pretty good with me. All right, Jeff, still not a fan of the Panel View Plus.
Good. He's consistent. Let's see. If money was not an object, what piece of equipment would you want in the training lab?
You know, Aaron, that is
So glad you asked that question.
so glad you asked that question, and I have the worst answer possible because you know the big thing that I preach and you preach is third-party integration. And so my next trainer, although the machine trainer did get some of it this time, would be something that is third party integration to the extreme. So, and I'm just really rambling off the top of my head now, but it would have an AB PLC, it would have a Siemens PLC, it would have some Festo valves, it would have a Yamaha actuator, it would have a KUKA robot, it would have an AB, here I'll just start rambling. But yeah, we're really, you got to make things talk to one, to one another, because that's the big thing I see is anytime there's a robot integration or even an AB to Siemens integration, it's like a bridge that neither technician wants to cross. Did I say something wrong?
No, it sounds fun though. No, I was thinking about this Frankenstein machine. That'd be great if you just got somebody's junk drawer of spare parts and had to put it all together to make one thing go.
That sounds
Yeah.
like work.
It does sound
Well, and I gotta admit, we almost bit off more we could chew during this one.
It's true.
I really,
Like it yesterday.
A little bit.
yeah, Monday, I was like, all right, I have made a ginormous mistake, and this January 9th class is not going to go off well. So
I'll put it together though.
now we still got a little bit to do, but
Together.
we can,
I was in awe.
And actual vacations were took, which was great.
yeah, and that was really, this was the first
That's
year I
new.
think we can really say,
We took a long vacation.
yeah, and I did not, I mean, you did more probably on phones and stuff than I did. I mean, really,
Yeah.
I did a good job. I forgot my computer charger. 'Cause I only had 4 hours of battery for 7 days.
Which is crazy.
So I
I
really,
hit it. I don't know.
I spent 2 hours on the drive there doing some work, and I did not open it the whole time I was there, and I spent 2 hours on the drive back. Man, that was it. So, yeah, real-time automation, they have some really great products. They would definitely be on the list again, because there's where you end up having, sometimes you can do some direct integration. I hope that we continue going down that route. I hope eventually we can just plug a bunch of Ethernet cables into a switch and everything talk. But sometimes, yeah, things just don't play. And real time is very good for helping with that. Let's see. Panel. What did I miss there? I missed one. Panel view.
William Monday, PVB7 is using Win 10 IoT, so it should be around for a while.
Yeah, and I joked, that's one big upgrade to the machine trainer. We're gonna be able to learn about a lot of new acronyms, and but yeah, it's
What did I
that.
call them earlier?
That's right, because anagrams. I was like, ooh,
And they were, and you made a post for like
what are we gonna do with anagrams?
acronyms. Yes.
Acronyms, very similar words. Who's getting tired of denying or ignoring the Windows 10 update? Is anybody else out there tired of doing
Oh
that?
my God, I've been doing it on mine.
We should be. Who knows? But that's where we're at. Panel View Plus 7 is going to be using Windows 10. So
I don't. No, mine's trying to upgrade to 11. Yeah, so I don't. Or maybe it is. No, it's 11.
here we are.
I don't know. These are things I ask my son. It's like, because yesterday in a meeting I was in, I remember one of the parents was like, had to call on his daughter to help him with technology. And I was like, oh,
It's beautiful.
that's
Here
me. Here we are.
Aaron says, what are some of the gaps in PLC training? Is there something that you can teach that others don't, and vice versa?
Well, ours is all about troubleshooting. I mean, not that now Monday and Tuesday is equivalent to 2 college semesters of PLC training. So I don't want to be like, oh yeah, we don't teach you any programming. But ours is more about how do you find the problem when it doesn't work. As far as gaps, the big gap I see is no, we're talking about PLC training, not our training. The big gap I see is they don't learn how programmers actually program mainly machine sequencing. They first, if you go through any book, or no, I shouldn't say any book. If you read most college books, if you get to sequencing and you're talking about Allen Bradley programming, they're going to be talking about sequencer instructions, and almost no one uses them. So you got a new programmer who only knows how to use a sequencer instruction, and he goes out there and he's like, I have no idea how this machine even steps through stuff. Um, that's a big one. Finding the items on networks. How is this thing actually talking to this thing, and where is this switch that's plugged in this Ethernet thingamajigger actually going and being controlled? I think those are things that we need to get better at identifying. I'd say that's for manufacturers.
Mhm.
Manufacturers need to make it easier for us to figure out where those are.
Prior to that, Aaron said that real-time automation for integration is helpful between the third parties.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trinidad says, would you recommend adding AutoCAD to your skill set if you want to start a panel shop business? If so, what's a good starter software?
Well, you're going to need something. And that's where I would leave that one at. And there's where, when it comes to any type of drawing software, budget is, a big deal. I don't know where your budget's at. If your budget is 0, I did play with SkyCAD. It's not stellar, but it is free. And that's where I'd leave that one at. AutoCAD has some limited versions or limited time versions. I don't believe limited time versions are, I guess they're good for touching the water, but don't think that you're going to run on a limited time version. So AutoCAD Electrical would be the one that be thinking about. ePlan. I played with ePlan at help me. Where did I play with that?
Automation show.
IMTS. One of them.
Yes.
We went to all types of cool shows, but I played with it there, and it was really. I gotta admit, that's the one that caught my attention the most, as far as, and it's not necessarily that it actually is good as a drawing software. It is good as a drawing software, but it's everything else it can do. Figuring out the best way to route your wire, figure out your wire length, exporting your wire numbers, so you can spit them out into a printer and print your wire labels. And I mean, and if you were panel building all the time, really, it will tell you the next wire you need to connect. And when you're done, I don't know, you hit done, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it checks off that you've wired that one. So that way you don't miss wires, which probably would save a ton of time on startups.
That sounds great.
So I think that was Automate because you said they had a pretty ridiculous
Fun booth.
yeah. But
No,
it
that
was
was your thing about Haas.
Ah,
Haas is the one that did that. No, ePlan, no, ePlan I saw at IMTS and I saw at Automation Fair. I
Yeah.
don't know if they were at, I would assume they were at Automate. I can't remember now.
So talking about kids, I love how you guys brought them to the automation show. I'm not sure if my kid will like it. So really at first they had no choice. But now they love it.
Well, and really, they've grown up in it, and that's been for better and for worse. They've definitely, and that's what I tell them now. I'll admit they've made some sacrifices as kids that they probably shouldn't have had to, for this business. And we've also been able to do some amazing things that, if we were not doing what we were doing, we wouldn't have been able to do with them.
That's true. I think
And
that's one of the things that I especially this past year, which I'm grateful for. They got to go to Automate with you guys while I stayed here, and but owning a small business, everybody's, it's not about one, it's about family first and foremost. And it's not second, it's also being able to build up to that point where you can take the time to go to automate, or you can help family and grieve for a little while. And that's what I'm thankful for or grateful for, that this past year that worked really well, is we had Mary, and I was able to take time for family, and you guys were able to go to automate, and you were able to go to IMTS. We're in a good position now where we are, and actually we're able to do those things, and we're able to help the community, and we're able to help other technicians. And so that's what I'm looking forward to this year, and I think that's what worked last year, is that togetherness and family. We have a big family vibe here. We're vibing.
We are. That was very well said. We can
Keep going.
spend intentionality while we're doing this stuff.
When we started, our intent was that, it was, we've always wanted to make it family oriented and include all of our family, which meant our kids. And yes, they've had to make sacrifices. But now, I mean, seriously, looking at our kids and the opportunities that they're getting ready to have in the next year to 2 years, I think that sacrifice was worth it. And also, I like that we're to the point that when we began, we wanted to be where we are now, and that's helping others and not doing for ourselves.
Well, and I think, one thing, in hindsight, I don't know. I don't know how I thought about it then, but, I think a lot of people think, oh, yeah, well, they have a family business, it's all great, but there were a lot of times early on that I really, I felt like the business did consume a ton of time, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it is better. I don't know which way is better.
I don't think
But
it
I think,
consumed a lot of time. I think it was integrated to be a part of our lives.
yeah,
And it still is. It's, there's no
this is so it's not what everybody thinks it
thinks.
will be
Yeah.
exactly though. See, between Panel View 800 and Panel View Plus, we kind of had some discussions already about that. The Panel View 800 is a very good economical low down HMI. It does not have the capabilities of a Panel View Plus though. So really, it's which one do you need to do the job that you need to do, and
What do you got to do?
yeah, what are the
Yeah.
thing? Yeah, the
You
thing that you
gotta
got to
do.
do if the 800 will do it, then
Yeah.
get the 800. Yeah, we did miss you at Automate. Are you going to Automate this year?
I plan to.
You plan to?
Sorry.
I love it.
I read Aaron's comment.
Yeah. She got just a glimpse.
A little glimpse.
Just a glimpse.
Did you use another big word?
Yeah, but I knew
Well,
what that
that's
meant because
something
they
I
made
live.
Mike Myers,
Gosh.
Baba Streisand, a little glimpse. Talk amongst yourselves.
I wish $5 words really did pay $5. That'd be great. I didn't realize how many big words I know until now.
Oh man.
But yes, I plan on going to automate. I did look at the count because I am the keeper of time, which I plan on putting on all of my badges from here on out. But I looked at the calendar, and that is the last week of school for the kids. And I mean, really, what did they do in the last week?
Like herding cats.
It's like herding cats. They're just bless those teachers. They're just trying to get through the last couple of days.
They're like, honestly, the less of you there are, the
The better.
the better my week goes.
So yes, I would love to go.
Yeah, there was another one Aaron was talking about. The robot show in Massachusetts. Well, it's not what you think it is. And it would be, well, no, it would be my excuse to go see Aaron, but since you wouldn't let me go to South Korea.
Oh, South Korea is a bit further. It's a little bit different.
South Korea.
No, that is not what you said. We can watch the last live stream and see.
Well, I didn't know about it, so I was taken.
Hey, wait, I got an interjection. Sorry. You guys were talking about stuff, but I wanted to talk about the potential for going to these theme park shows. One is in Florida
Yes,
and another one is somewhere else. That sounded really great.
Yeah.
that one is on our calendar. The one Linda Freeman turned us on to. I don't remember what it is, but yes,
Yeah.
that one we will go to. That just sounded, yep, there
Epic.
you go. IAAPA.
We'll never remember that because acronyms are the worst.
For us.
He wrote it down on the calendar along with amusement fair.
Okay.
And
That way I'll be able to find it.
Darren said Boston is May 10th to the 11th.
Yeah, the robot summit.
Oh, you and Mary should go to
Robot Summit. What?
if you don't have a class.
What? Oh, Boston Robot Summit. There. Oh, now I'm catching up. Sorry, it was a lag time. I must have been using a serial connection.
Oh, and there's nothing wrong with serial connection.
There's nothing.
Because I got reamed on that one lately in a video. All right, where are we at here? Let's see.
Sorry, what do you think? Sorry,
You go for it.
I like reading. Should PLC manufacturers consider Linux OS 2? 95% of manufacturers don't create software which will work on Linux.
You know,
Oh, there.
my deal is you can buy like a $300 laptop and run their software. Why should they have to pay for the development to get it on Linux too? That would just make the cost of the product higher. And I mean, like it or not, most people do have a Windows computer. So no, I don't think that's important. But I could be wrong.
Who knows?
Does that still deal with the upgrade that I'm trying to avoid?
No.
No, Linux is like Windows, but
Yeah, it's like an
for
alternative.
networking dudes.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yes.
having a Mac.
And not
Linux.
Linux.
And the same deal, it doesn't run on a Mac, but you can run, okay, you can do it because you can run VirtualBox on a Linux and then you can run Windows inside of it and you're good to go. And I've done that before. But even then, later on, I'm like, why am I doing this? It's just another thing. So,
Just another thing. Other things.
All right, so it almost always happens at the same time as Automation Fair, which is why I never go to Automation Fair. Well, okay.
they are different weeks this year. I do know that.
You were back to back, right?
Yeah, because that was the thing. Yeah, because one of the guys we talked to, that's what he did. He he was there I think for 2 days and then he flew to Automation Fair. But you're right, they're the same time usually, but they're not this year. What date? Do you know the date? Because I can probably find the Automation Fair dates. Oops, sorry, I just disappeared your
That's
screen.
okay, Jeff. I memorized what Jeff said because I'm excited about it. Brandon,
Sorry, hold on, I'm blanking everything out.
Brandon is building a few panels for an amusement park this.
do they have reversing motor? I want to know what's in it. I want to know. So,
Like redundancy and safety and all that fun stuff.
Brandon is a cool kid.
that Brandon was.
Was
Aaron says November 13th.
13th through 17th. I was almost there, man. Aaron is on.
he
top
is
of this.
for a time.
How many-
I knew we were so. I knew it.
How many screens do you have, Aaron? Can you say enhance to them and they'll just do it for you?
Him, he has a robot right there that does all the typing.
He's like me. He's the keeper of time.
He probably has one of those mice that have like the wheel on top.
Well, I know where you can
Yeah.
like.
The gaming mice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or like Michael's got all the buttons on the side.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael's like, you don't have this kind of mouse?
Like, what's wrong with you? Oh my God, you're not cool. I know. I asked him last night at dinner. I have a podcast that I'm speaking at next week, and I said, "Okay, Dad has class. I want to know, can I use your headset and microphone in your computer?" And he was like, I don't know. And I said, "You would be there. It would be after school." And he was like, "Well, okay."
Yeah, Automation Fair is the week before. How do you say, is there like something you're supposed to say? Do people really say IAAPA or is it like
Is there a
Yappa?
yep, IPA?
Yep. IAPA?
I
IAPA. It's like,
Oh.
Opa.
hope.
IAPA.
Aaron, of course you have robots. How many robots do you have in front of you right now?
He has 3 screens.
IAPA.
You only have 3 screens.
Yeah.
I got more screens than that.
Greens.
Gosh.
For pneumatic panels, the main pressure switches. The main panel has.
Not everybody can hear, remember.
Panels with a few pressure switches. The main panel has an AB5069 safety controller and safety IO.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so see, I need to, I've got to come hang out with you when I can, when you'll let me, because yeah, I need to learn more about it.
Those days count should be like in the 50s now, right? Wait, no, it's probably still.
No.
Yeah, it's in like the 55 days.
But yeah, you're probably about time to the countdown. All right, yeah, there you go. Well, look at now we got a screen competition. So here,
It's a
what? All of a
competition.
sudden you have a fourth screen. What'd you do? Just pull out your phone or something? Well, I have 4 screens. No.
It's a Michael maneuver.
They would probably get along really well.
I'd say so.
They did.
Michael's cool.
They ate sandwiches together.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. He got to me. I can't forget. There's like
You were somewhere else.
I
I was there for you. I was gonna tell you all of it.
I was somewhere else. I do
I
not
wrote the scroll.
remember.
I'm gonna scroll to you. These are the things that happen. Yeah, so that's how that's going. I appreciate that we've got a place where we can do a bunch of circling back around to like 20 minutes ago in the conversation.
Cool.
That we have like a dedicated dirty shop situation, like where we can go and absolutely
Get dirty.
yeah, like use all kinds of drill bits and stuff, and that
Mhm.
here is got kind of got a different frequency.
Yeah. Yeah. The one that I kind of still wondered if we end up building trainers down here.
I know.
I
As
think about that too, but then I think about
mainly storage. We'd end up we need a bigger spot.
And we got shushed one time for being loud.
Well, no, we got shushed because our students were loud. They were a little rowdy that week, which is good. The rowdier the students are, usually the better the learning. So,
They're having a good time.
yeah.
okay, Susan.
Well, no, they weren't really having a good time. They were really hostile to each other. But there was a lot of learning going
But
on.
that's good.
Last group you have were really quiet, and they were actually dedicated to like you could just feel the brain energy in the next room. You're like, dang, these guys are like really, really, really
Intense.
focused. That's good.
That's good. That's good.
Confessions from Manufacturing Manics. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
maniacs. And, later on, I'm like, they're like, Timmy, you put maniac or manics.
Right.
Manic.
If we wasn't allowed,
Manic.
he asked us to say, "Is it okay?" And we said, "Yeah." So there's 3 of us.
And then
It's
the screen
the same as this year, Aaron. That I told them to proofread it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's good."
couldn't see that far.
Okay, if you're gonna say it's good,
It's true.
you can't.
We're just
Here's the site.
yeah, we're just I was doing the same. Okay, we're the blind leading
Lord.
blind.
We
We're
are the
just
blind
used to
leading
him being
blind.
pretty accurate on his own, so we don't have to do much input. But watch out for.
Oh wait, coach to be IAPA? Is that it or IAPA? IAPA or IAPA?
IAPA. I like IAPA. It's like Oompa. IAPA.
Let's see. Was getting AB software a financial challenge when starting TW controls? No, because, and I tell people this all the time, is the software is not nearly as expensive. Okay.
Thank you.
IAPA.
The software is not nearly as expensive as everybody makes it out to be, because you just need to buy the software that you need. And people all the time, well, Studio 5000 costs $10,000. Like, no, it doesn't. I can get Studio 5000, I think, for $500 at the lowest one per year. Now, I think $500 is in anyone's budget. Now, that does not do all the PLCs. So all of a sudden you get a job that is, needs a control logics. Well, you're going to have a more expensive job then. And yeah, you put the cost of the software into that job, and that's how you get that next level of software. Or Jeff does a lot of safety. I don't do nearly as much safety, but so at some point he's had to. And so but you get the software for what you need. Now, in general, AB has free software for connected components. If you're just learning, there's a great place to go. It does the Panel View 800. I think earlier you were talking about whether to do the Plus or the 800. Well, there you go. The Panel View 800 uses free software. So if that's going to be an issue, then you definitely want to, that would be my deciding factor at that point. And then later on, if I have a job where either they specify a plus or it's at a level that needs a plus, then you add that software cost into that quote. And that's how you get it.
That sounds like a great way to maneuver that hurdle
Yeah.
for sure.
But I preach to, I guarantee you a day doesn't go by now that I don't tell them, do not buy that software. Because especially if you're learning or you're starting a company, there's enough avenues that you can get components that use this free software. And then, yeah, when you get that job that you have to use it, yeah, that's when you just put it in the cost of it.
Yeah.
And a great reminder that CCW is free, which is pretty cool. That's very exciting.
That's right. And so safety, Jeff's right. The CR30 is a safety controller that can be configured in connected components. Yeah, you can do your power flexes in connected components. I'm missing something. What's the other thing? HMIs, PLCs, power flexes, safety. What's that fifth thing when you're opening up CCW?
Hmm.
There's another one there. I don't know what it is. Oh,
Oh,
I'm on a live stream, guys.
rude.
Put your questions in the chat. Don't call me right now.
One direction only.
Yeah.
Rude. Jeff Kuiper.
Thoughts and stuff from other folks. What anybody got anything on the docket for what they're gonna do? Things that are gonna work for you all in the future.
Yeah.
For you. I mean, we're talking about like, oh, small business, kids, family, blah, blah, blah. What really worked for you?
Thank you for asking.
So welcome.
I have been enjoying us trying to figure out a loose schedule for which place we're going to be at because this location's on the way to our other location for me, and it's been pretty neat to kind of have we don't really know where we're gonna go, which is all right. So
It's an incredibly difficult commute for me. Ours was 66 steps. Now it's 10 minutes.
yeah.
That's rough.
I love it because I love to drive. So
Because now sometimes I beat Tim to work.
it's true.
Or not at work, but like sometimes I meet him to the physical location. That's
This is
pretty cool.
True.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty neat.
Yeah. Then we got some, we got a lot of neat projects going on right now. But I hope you develop some of them because we got that panel over there. We got to do something with it. I'm gonna let you loose on that. Figure out something to do with that.
That's why I was trying to figure out what Brandon was doing. What's Brandon doing? I don't know. Ooh, we love the same like Megan.
Yes.
Ask for much.
Go Team Women.
Wow, that's very exciting.
Huh. That's funny.
Read it for our viewers who won't see it.
Go ahead.
At Jeff Kuiper, just realized who you are. LOL, you're building our panels, I think.
That's cute. I love that. Here we are, one big family. A family.
He trusted source too. He is.
Well, especially since we've been talking, every time I have a safety question, I call him. He knows that stuff. And I'm just like, gosh, man, how do you know all this? So yeah, he's very good at safety. I can tell you that.
Oh, Aaron.
2023 predictions
So
for us.
we've been discussing.
Second class will be happening. That's turning out to be really fun. I hope the students like it. It's going to be challenging. What is this look I'm getting?
Because liking this class is like what you're talking about. It has to be something that you want to learn. So like,
Yeah.
So like, fun is subjective.
What is it? Yeah, and you're right there. But
It's
so
kind of like torture. It's kind of like
But
enjoy.
it's torture. You have
It
to
is.
enjoy.
That's
You
what
have
I'm
to
saying.
enjoy to be tortured.
It's fun with the PH.
It is. It's a small world. It is.
I think it's going to be really fun.
yeah. But that and with the upgrades we just made, of course, we probably have 3 or 4 months to work to do here now that we have the physical parts upgraded, we have to finalize and smooth out all the programs and then make material for it for the students to use. And yeah, there's a lot to do still.
A lot of thinking, less physical building, which we often have to stop ourselves from doing because we enjoy building so
Yeah.
much. So like we kind of have to slow down and like get out our pencils and brains and kind of free think for a little while, which is fun if we've all had food.
Yeah, Aaron, going back, yeah, that is why this was at 1 o'clock, because we were all like, we're kind of hungry. Let's take this from 11 to 1.
Then ramen, and now it's like
I thought
kick
this was
me in the butt.
I thought this was bacon. So
Yeah, so we kicked this down to ours, but Aaron, going back to what trainer would I want here? It's not a matter of the trainer; it's a matter of getting the company on board with the thought, I guess, behind it is really, we serve a super narrow niche. Is what happens when your product doesn't work, and nobody wants to talk about that piece.
Mm-hmm.
So along my lines of my third party part is, getting companies to, instead of talking about all these new acronyms and everything that their system can do and how archaic everything that we have or ladder logic is, start talking about, hey, okay, now here is really what you do. Here's the quirk. When this breaks, here's the issue you're going to have. That's probably the biggest thing the students say when they come here. They're like, Rockwell's never told us that, and I can't blame Rockwell. I'm like, well, why would they tell you that this is an issue when this particular thing happens? But you're going to run into it, and that's what I, want to teach you. But that's kind of that little narrow niche that I would like to see a lot of companies step up on. It's great that you can build cool stuff with all the new acronyms, but in 3 years, where are you going to be at with that particular thing? That's where I wish they'd focus on more.
Well, it's like having a free focus group, like that can fill in like almost like a real-time rollout on what actually are the deficits between these pieces of machinery. And like actually having people that work on them for different applications and then using that information. It's free information to improve your product.
Yeah, and that's, with everything we just added to the machine trainer, that's one big thing we're going, we started doing. No, we did stumble some, and we're like, nah, let's get through this class. But literally, we'll go through there and we'll cut every single wire and see what happens. What happens when you short this particular wire, when it hits the conduit where it's been, somebody didn't trim, the tube really good before they ran the wire through it, and it finally shorts through, and finding those little things. And those are the things that I think we need to do better at as far as, equipping technicians. And it's a family farm, so it's great seeing you.
Yeah.
So
See
much.
you next time. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm going to be all over the place. So I'm just kind of y'all support. I'm here to support.
It's not, no, she is
Keep up
the,
with the
she's the
tempo.
behind the scenes that keeps everything going. Mary Bruce and I can bounce all over the place, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, yeah, we do have to, we gotta process orders, don't we?
Yeah.
We look around, and all of a sudden there's a stack of orders already processed. We're like, oh, well, thank you.
Dang. Just, we're so not. And I was like, get do orders.
I couldn't even make eye contact with anybody after a while. I'm like,
I was feeling it when I was in here before my meeting, and I was just like, okay.
But I had a great time, and that's the thing that like I don't know if that translates. Is when I get like that, I'm still having a great time. I just don't know how to control the
Yeah,
exterior.
when your brain does, our brains were gone yesterday. Absolutely gone.
Sure.
I mean, because really, we got back. What day? Oh man, that was bad last week. I mean, I came in, which I guess in the end was on Thursday of last week, and I'm looking over and I'm like, I forget what Amber's even cooking. I'm like,
Lasagna.
yeah, I'm like, why are we having lasagna? It's Taco Tuesday. And she's like, no, we took 2 days off this week. I'm like, oh crap.
And
Why did we do that?
even when I was explaining it to you, you were like a deer in headlights. You were like, there's words coming out of your mouth, but I'm not commuting them. I was like, I know. That's why every day I've been like yesterday, I kept saying, today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday.
It's very helpful.
I can't. But I will, for my personal prediction this year, I will bowl over 200 on my Sunday night bowling league.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
She's got that.
Yeah, that's totally doable.
Especially since my brother bought me a new bowling ball for Christmas, which was super.
What if it-
It was really solid. I'm like, yeah.
Aaron, did you lose us? Or are they back? Did I do something?
Are they back? What did we do?
Did we lose? Coaster BP, we lost. It was good talking to you.
Is it an automatic?
Oh, no.
No.
No, it looks like we're there. Are we still there?
Aaron?
Well,
Hello?
yeah, we're there because we can see ourselves right there.
Hello? Aaron? Hello?
We probably said,
He probably is referring to something we said.
Aaron?
Aaron, are you there? Were you the one trying to call us earlier?
I have enjoyed spending. You asked what's working for me. I have enjoyed spending this much. We lost our brains.
Well, the brains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously not.
No, they're back
Our brains are not back here. That's what Mary Bruce
all day. Like,
Mary Bruce was saying yesterday. He's like, Tim, you managed to have some downtime between now and next week's class. So I'm like, I know I do, but we got to get all this together too.
Just gotta like.
So no, I'm hoping to defrag my brain a little bit. Hopefully Saturday. We still got a little bit to do in here. this
Yes.
evening. Well, I gotta go write a manual.
Yeah.
Y'all got this.
I gotta go write a
guys.
manual and get it done.
Done tremendous amounts, like, and yesterday it showed on your faces. Um, but no, I mean, you guys have killed it, killing it.
It's been fun hanging out with you guys and your whole fam and just kind of assimilating
I mean,
and
it's
learning,
your family.
picking up everything that you guys are willing to teach me. I've really enjoyed learning from the Wilborns.
Great funny story before we wave goodbye. So we did not get to have our company dinner before we went out of town because we were just like, we're a little under the weather. So we went bowling Monday night and our son drove us because he has his learners.
Yeah.
And so this one over here was taking video because it was like she had this proud look on her face.
So excited. Of course, I was so excited that I didn't like zoom in the camera or focus on Michael. So now I've got a video of a car moving. Like figure out how to use my phone. I studied photography in school. I couldn't operate the camera because I was just so excited.
Oh, Aaron dropped in your DMs.
Man.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, we super enjoyed it. This is kind of spontaneous, so I can't tell you when it'll be next time. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.